Fly ball to left field deep. Way back! Way back! This ball is gone! A walk-off home run! Newport Gulls win it here in the 11th.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Branham sets, kicks, and deals. Swinging and a strike three. The Newport Gulls are 2009 East Division champions.
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Swinging a high drive to deep right. Oh, is this ball crushed? Way back and gone. Joey Manning with a towering shot. Swinging a high drive to deep left. And you can forget about it. Cal Conley with his third home run of the game.
Stay tuned. The Newport Gulls pregame show starts now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. In his 7th season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here is play-by-play broadcaster Nick Lima.
Hello and welcome to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, where this evening the Newport Gulls get set to take on the North Shore Navigators in the 4th meeting of the season between these two teams. Newport 2-1 against North Shore, has taken the game on the road against the Navigators at Fraser Field in Lynn, Massachusetts, and also with a 2-1 victory here with David Palm starting on opening night back on June 4th. The Gulls look to keep rolling off a big win last night on the road in Keene. Newport coming off a 6-0 victory, their first shutout of the season, a grand slam off the bat of Dan Gamache, and an outstanding pitching performance by Newport Gulls starter Mark Appel and the bullpen. They look to keep rolling here tonight. Dexter Price will have the ball for Newport. We'll have the pregame show coming your way next, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. As our Newport Gulls pregame show continues here at Cardines Field, now time for the front office report. As we do every Monday, we talk to a member of the Gulls front office. Today it's Newport Gulls Vice President of Baseball Operations, Chris Passos. Chris, how are you doing today?
Good, Nick. Good, thank you. Very good.
Newport Gulls coming off of a road trip where they split the two games. A big win against the Sanford Maidens on Saturday and a tough loss last night in North Shore.
Yeah, I played well Saturday night, I guess, from what Coach said. I wasn't on the trip for the weekend, but, I made a statement up there on Saturday night. Pat Light did really well, threw the crap out of the ball. And last night, just 6 runs in the second, I think, and we made 3 or 4 errors, a couple bloops here and there, and then we fought back and had bases loaded in the 8th with nobody out and couldn't get anybody in. But that's been the nature of the beast the last couple weeks, not being able to get a big hit with runners in scoring position. So that's something the coaching staff has been working on with the kids. Really focusing on what the situation is up there. Put the ball in the air versus on the ground. So those are the things they've been working on. Hopefully we'll see some results in the next week or two. But and we're right there. We lost. I think 9 of our losses, probably 6 of them are by 1 run. I think so.
Brandon Klein was roughed up in his Newport Gulls debut, though looking at his potential, he certainly can do a lot here for Newport this season.
Yeah, seems like a real nice kid, ready to go. He's a freshman, all freshmen. He'll have some growing pains to go through, but he comes right at the halfway point of our season. He's a good quality arm. So we'll see. He'll get an opportunity to start, and he did well last night. Had a tough inning where a couple bloops and flares and a couple errors, like a double play ball. I guess we didn't turn. But, he's fine. Pitching's been good, and, defense has got to get a little bit better. We've been kicking the ball around a little bit too much, and as you know from being here in the last 4 or 5 years, that teams that have kicked the ball around haven't got the ring, so we got to figure that one out.
Kevin Kilpatrick was released by the team for personal reasons last week. Eric Eatington picks up his spot in the roster.
Yeah, Eric's from Harvard, big left-handed pitcher from Harvard, threw up in Maine. I think it's a couple innings, did really well, Coach said. Yeah, he's the kid who was down the Cape at Katuitt, got released, and we picked him up. Joe Walsh is a good friend of ours down in up at Harvard, so we took him, and there's a couple teams running. Vermont was on him, Holyoke was on him, so we grabbed him, I guess to keep him away from them, but to get him on our team too. So.
Certainly the signs are looking good right now for the Newport Gulls. Newport in the top 3 in the NECBL in fielding percentage, in runs scored, in batting average as a team, and also in team ERA. With the Gulls leading in so many statistical categories, is it just a matter of time before they put a win streak together? Because it's really been up and down to this point.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers. Baseball is usually a game of numbers, and the numbers usually tell the story, but they don't obviously tell the story because we would be better than 9-9 if they did. We're leading the league in hitting. We're 3rd in the ERA yesterday as far as I looked, and It's a little frustrating. It's frustrating. We're leaving a lot of guys on base, and we're out hitting teams, but we're not getting the big hit. You know, we're over swinging when we're striking out when we need a ground ball to second. You know, and stuff like that. Really, it adds up in this league when you blow those opportunities to add to a 2-run or a 1-run lead, and you don't do that. Like in Holyoke, we sat back and was 1-0. We should have been 5-0. We let them hang around, and shit happens. So we gotta take advantage of those things and can't let that happen. And the teams we've had in the past wouldn't let that happen. So we just we're getting there. This group is just starting to gel a little bit now. We get to know each other, and we'll see. It's a talented league. It's a very good league, as you can see. A lot of good players, and the teams are strong. So
there's been a lot of good highlights so far for the Gulls so far this season. One of them has been Kenny DeKroger, leading the team in batting average, and only has had 1 strikeout to date.
Yeah, Kenny's a player. Kenny's our best player. He's our best prospect, and we're lucky to get him. He's a kid that should be down the Cape, but for whatever reason he wanted to come here because he has relatives in Rhode Island, and it's been great for us. And they're a very, very good player, very good teammate. Can play short, third, and plays them both well. So no, he's been very, very good, and so we'll. We just got to have some other guys around him start picking it up. As you know, that 7, 8, 9 slot in Holyoke and in last night, just hurts us a little bit, So.
Now this team has quite a reputation, of course, in the baseball world, particularly in summer collegiate baseball. Do you ever find yourself competing more with the Cape League for players than other NACBL teams, or is the playing field not that even?
No, the Cape's still the Cape. They're still going to get the kids that want to go there. So we look at the kids who want to go there but can't go there. So, we're still. I mean, we're still the team in our league to attract players. So it's just up to Chuck and I to pick the right ones. And that's the hard part because we're getting more and more calls and more people to choose from. And you're going to make mistakes every now and then. But no, we like our team a lot. So we just got to start playing a little bit better. And especially with runners in scoring position. So,
Newport Gulls Vice President of Baseball Operations, Chris Passos. Thanks for joining us on the Front Office Report. We'll catch up with you later in the season.
Thank you.
That's the Front Office Report. Mike Coombs joins us next for the Manager Show right here on the NACBL Broadcast Network. And welcome back here at Cardines Field. Our pregame show continues. We thank Vice President of Baseball Operations Chris Passos for joining us in the Front Office Report on Monday for that interview. Now we're here at Cardines Field on Wednesday, joined by Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs. Time for the Manager Show. Coach, how are you doing?
Good, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing well. The Newport Gulls are rolling after that big victory last night, their first shutout of the season, 6-0 against the Keene Swampbats.
Yeah, Mark Appel threw the ball excellent last night. Had all 3 pitches working, threw about 90 pitches, and just did a super job.
Some solid offense as well. A grand slam for Dan Gamache, and overall just a great performance all around for the Newport Gulls, including for the relief pitchers.
Hey, excellent job. Their starting pitcher did a great job. He struck out 8 of us, and I thought he had pretty good stuff. And we scored a few balls up at the right time this time with men on base, thank goodness. So hopefully we can keep this going.
And that win comes after the rain out here on Monday night, about an hour before game time. A big thunderstorm came through and shut us down very quickly. Prior to that, the Newport Gulls had a 2-game road trip and were 1-1.
Yeah. We've been struggling a little bit and haven't been hitting with guys on base. We've had 9, 10 hits. We had 8 hits last night. I think they had 2 or 3, and it was a pretty much a pitching duel between the 2 guys for a while. And we just need to get the bats going at the right time.
Still, Newport has won 3 of their last 4 games. The only loss coming against this North Shore Navigator team on the road. So Newport is 2-1 against North Shore so far this season.
You don't count them out. They've won, I think, about 6 in a row. So they're on a streak right now. So hopefully we can break that streak tonight.
Dexter Price has to start tonight for Newport.
Yeah, Dexter's got the ball.
And John Farrell has been a little bit under the weather lately, not with the team presently.
Yeah, he went and saw his physician. He was sick the other day on the team bus going to Sanford, so his mother came and picked him up, and hopefully we'll get John back and get him healthy again.
Any other injuries or anyone under the weather?
A little bit to Kyle Johnson. He dove for a ball in Sanford and pulled his hand back, and his thumb is a little toasty right now, so we're going to put Harrell in center field, Connor Harrell.
So the Gulls bench is a little bit thin right now. Newport, of course, released Chris Taylor the other day.
Yeah, Chris left, and he's gone down to into North Carolina and playing that league.
So with the bench thin right now, just David Bentrod available on the bench along with Chris Forston?
Yeah, those two. There might be. Well, Johnson, he could pinch run. That won't hurt his hand. So run him or bunt him or something, whatever.
So, Coach, we're just about at the midway point in the season here. The Newport Gulls looking forward to an exhibition game the next couple of days. They'll be traveling to Oneida, New York to face the Outlaws of the New York Collegiate Baseball League. It'll be the first ever meeting between the Newport Gulls and a team in the NYCBL.
Yeah, we don't know what they have. Just going to go down and have a great few days off and go to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown and play that team down there. So it all worked out pretty good.
And the couple days off sandwiching around that exhibition game against Oneida. But, of course, Newport, when they return from that trip, will face 7 consecutive games, including 2 home games on July 4th and 5th to start with what is their longest scheduled stretch of the season without an off day.
Yeah, that'll be great. I love playing every day. Get them up, get them out, and the only thing that puts a strain on us is doing these camps in the morning, but we'll make it work.
Kenny DeKroger just named Player of the Week offensively for the NECBL.
Saw that. He just busted everything that came in, and I want to get him back on track again, and he's been swinging it. He's been hot.
Last night in Keene, Brendan Kelleher, Bryce Nugent both had their first off day of the season. They're in the starting lineups tonight. Kevin Caranto has played now in every single game.
Yeah, we'll give Kevin a night off here or there sometime. So, really last night was a night off, so, whatever.
Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs, thanks for joining us here in the pregame show. Catch up with you at the midway point of the season when you get back from Oneida.
All right, Nick, thanks.
That's our pregame visit with Mike Coombs. Newport Gulls baseball is next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And hello once again from Cardines Field here at Newport, Rhode Island. I'm Nick Lima here in the NECBL Broadcast Network as we get set for baseball as the Newport Gulls and the North Shore Navigators in the 4th meeting of the regular season between these two teams. They'll meet just 2 times in July as the month of July for the Gulls ends as it began, facing the North Shore Navigators at home here at Cardines Field. In fact, the regular season will also end against North Shore on July 31st when the Gulls make the trip to Lynn. But that's a long way off. We're just about at the midway point of the season here at the end of June. It's the 20th game for the Newport Gulls here in 2010 for the defending NECBL champions. Special night here, Booz Allen Hamilton Rhode Island National Guard night. So members of the Rhode Island National Guard and their color guard are out on the field to be honored in the pregame ceremonies, as Newport Gulls have Dexter Price making his 2nd start of the season, and a late scratch for the North Shore Navigators. It was supposed to be Jeff Tarniff, but instead Brandon Bogus will have the start for tonight's game. We'll have much more about the starting pitchers, the starting lineups, out-of-town scores, and much more coming up next. This is the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And welcome back here at Cardines Field as members of the National Guard salute the colors of the United States of America being marched out onto the field. And the crowd has come to stand at attention as we get ready for our national anthem, which will be sung here tonight by Francisca Simone of the Rhode Island National Guard. Let's take it down to the field.
Stripes and bright stars.
That was Francisco Simone of the Rhode Island National Guard with tonight's national anthem. Lieutenant Colonel Alan Cochran of the Rhode Island Guard will be throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Continuing with our out-of-town scores segment. First, the standings here in the NECBL. I'll take you over to the NECBL Eastern Division. Leading the division, the Sanford Mainers are at 12-8. Half a game ahead of the second place, North Shore Navigators. North Shore at 11-8. Newport Gulls are in third place, a game and a half back with a big win 6-0 last night over Keene. Newport at 10-9. In fourth place is the Laconia Muskrats. They're 10-11, 2.5 games back. 3 games below 500 are the New Bedford Bay Sox. In fifth place at 7-10, 3.5 out. And Lowell All-Americans continue to struggle. Lowell at 5-13. They are also 6 games back. In the ACBL Western Division, the Bristol Collegiate Baseball Club is 11-5 in first place, tied with the Northampton Steelcats. They are 12-6. The Denver Westerners are 9-8, 2.5 games back. The Keene Swamp Bats are 4 games back at 8-10, and the Vermont Mountaineers are also 4 games back at 8-10. Rounding out the NECBL Western Division, the Holyoke Blue Sox, Holyoke at 6-11, 5.5 games out of the lead in the NECBL West. Last night around the NECBL, a variety of games were played, one of them by the Newport Gulls and the Keene Swamp Bats. The first meeting of the regular season between those two teams. It was Newport the victors, their first shutout of the season. 7 innings of strong baseball for Mark Appel. 6-0 victory for Newport, a grand slam in the game from Dan Gamache as Newport rolled past Keene. The Danbury Westerners fell to the Vermont Mountaineers 11-4. The Northampton Steelcats defeated the Bristol Collegiate Baseball Club 2-1. The New Bedford Bay Sox fell to the Sanford Mainers 6-2, so Sanford retained its lead in the East. And lastly, the North Shore Navigators defeated the Laconia Muskrats 4-2. North Shore now on a 4-game winning streak. Monday around the league, Sanford fell to North Shore 7-2. The All-Americans fell to Keene 4-2, and Holyoke fell to Bristol 5-4. Around the NACBL tonight, Keene's at Danbury in the Western Division action. Inter-division action, Holyoke's at New Bedford, also 6:30 start time. And the other 6:30 game, Lowell at Sanford. Will have live look-ins to those games here from Cardines Field throughout this broadcast. Starting lineups are next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. The starting lineups for the visiting North Shore Navigators, second place in the East, 11-8 on the season. Leading off, Jason Barbados, the left fielder. Batting second, Tyler Cole, the second baseman. Matt Avery's the right fielder, batting third. And cleaning up is third baseman Anthony Melchionda. Batting fifth, Ben Waldrop, the first baseman. Catching tonight's game, Garrett Smith, he bats sixth. The designated hitter is Dario Pisano, batting seventh. Cody Dent is a shortstop, bats eighth. And Braxton Graven, the center fielder, bats ninth and rounds out the order for the Navigators, who will face off against Dexter Price for the Newport Gulls. Dexter 0-1 on the season in 4 appearances. This his second start. Getting the ball tonight for North Shore, Brandon Bogus. Jeff Tardiff was the last-minute scratch. Bogus, near rate of 0, no record in 8 innings of work so far this season. He's appeared in 6 games in relief. This his first start for Bogus, who hails from the University of Oklahoma. For the Newport Gulls, leading things off will be Derek Legg, the second baseman, batting second. Dan Gamache, the third baseman. Hitting third is Kenny DeKroger, the shortstop. Batting cleanup tonight, Bryce Nugent, the catcher, who had his first game off of the season last night. Zach Elgie is the right fielder, batting fifth. In the sixth spot, Kevin Caranto, the designated hitter. Caranto now played in every game this season for Newport. Connor Harrell, the center fielder, bats seventh. In the eighth hole, it's Matt Blow, the first baseman. And rounding out the order for the Newport Gulls, Brendan Kelleher gets the start in left field. Kelleher likewise had his first game of the season off last night in Newport, 6-0 victory over Keene. The Gulls third place in the ACBL Eastern Division, 10-9, as they have an opportunity to gain some ground here on the Sanford Mainers and roll past North Shore with the win here tonight to wrap up the month of June. Game time temperatures 71 degrees under mostly sunny skies. The southwest wind blows at 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to 25, though it has died down a little bit from early on this afternoon. Umpires for tonight's game, Brian Troop calling balls and strikes behind the plate, and Michael Gillis is the field umpire. It is batting helmet night giveaway here, as some plastic batting helmets, 250 of them were given out to some fans entering the ballpark, and we'll be back. First pitch is next, as the Newport Gulls pregame show continues here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And welcome back here at Cardines Field. We get set for baseball. Dexter Price, the tall righty, taking his last couple of warm-up tosses. Price out of Auburn University for the Tigers this spring, 3-0 and 5 starts, making his second start of the season for the Newport Gulls. He is 0-1, an ERA of 9.81. He's only worked 3 2/3 innings this season, 6 runs for the Maroon, 5 hits, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. His one start went 1 inning plus. Saw a homer, opponents hitting .278 against him. He's a native of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Just finished his sophomore year for Auburn. Earned 26 2/3 innings there. He had a 4.39 ERA through his 5 starts. 33 hits, 15 runs, 13 of them earned, walking 9, striking out 14. All right, stepping up to the plate, Jason Banos, the left fielder. Banos coming in batting .315, no homers, 5 RBI. 5 walks in the season in the leadoff spot in this one for the North Shore Navigators.
Number 3, Jason Banos.
National Guard Night here at Cardines Field. Annual tradition honoring members of the Rhode Island National Guard. The first pitch of the ball game, fastball, is a little bit low for ball 1 and we're underway. Nick Lima solo for the moment here on the NACBL Broadcast Network. Or waiting on James Smythe. He's fighting traffic. The pitch is a little bit inside, a low, ball 2. Let's see, umpires for tonight's game, Brian Troop, calling balls and strikes behind the plate. Michael Gillis, the field umpire, they recorded traffic and arrived just a few minutes before game time as the 2-0 pitches on the outside corner are called strike. Even the Navigators are in bumper-to-bumper traffic on the way down from North Shore Boston. A ground ball bounced to third, up with it to Gamache. Double clutches, throws to first in time to get Jason Banos 5-3. North Shore arrived here a little late. They missed their batting practice opportunity, though they didn't get here in time to take infield and outfield practice. Shadows are just behind where the catcher's crouches behind home plate. And they go up the third baseline. Still in some of the longer days of the year here in late June. The pitch. Ground ball back to the mound past Price. It's fielded by the shortstop, the Kroger, throws across the first in time. A good play for Kenny. Would arrange behind the second base bag to make that one. With a slow bounding ball hit off the bat of Cool on first pitch swinging. Now Matt Avery.
Batting third.
Avery, the right fielder, coming in at .325. That's second on the team. A homer, 8 RBI, 3 doubles, 2 triples. He's now appeared in 19 games for North Shore. The pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. You see a fastball, curve, and changeup from Dexter Price. It's his second start of the season. The 0-1. Breaking ball is chopped foul to the backstop, nothing in 2. Set the defense for you. Matt blows at first for Newport. Derek Legg, the second baseman. Kenny DeKroger at short. Dan Gamache at third. Outfield left to right. Brendan Kelleher, Connor Harrell, and Zach Elgie. Brace Nugent catches Dexter Price. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball chopped to the right side. Staying back around a leg. Plays, fields, throws to first in time. 3 ground outs. 5-3, 6-3, 4-3. Run out the top of first. And after half an inning from Cardines Field, the North Shore Navigators nothing. The Newport Gulls coming up here on the NACBL Broadcast Network. Back here now at Cardines Field, we'll go to the last of the first, and before we get underway at baseball here, we'll pause and take 10 seconds for station identification here on the NACBL Broadcast Network.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD, Newport Gulls Baseball celebrating 10 years on the NACBL Broadcast Network.
Well, we got underway a couple minutes early here at Cardines Field. And it only took a couple minutes for Dexter Price to get through the top of the first inning. We go to the last of the first. It'll be Derek Legg, Dan Gamache, and Kenny DeKroger to face Brandon Vargas. Newport has seen a little bit of Brandon. He pitched 2 innings in relief versus Newport at North Shore on June 13th, and the Gulls' 3-1 victory then. Did not allow a run, a hit, or a walk. Struck out 1 in those 2 perfect relief innings. Vargas making his first start of the season. He's worked 8 innings, allowing a hit, 3 walks, a wild pitch, and 8 strikeouts. In 6 relief appearances. He's finished 5 games for North Shore. Has a pair of saves, so you can make the argument that he is the Navigators' closer. Really coming in a spot start here. He leads the team in saves. Only Hunter Rivers and Garrett Smith each have one save for the Navigators this season.
Leading off the home half of the first inning.
So Derek Legg, the second baseman.
Number 4, Derek Legg.
He's in batting .264, no homers, 12 RBI, pair of doubles. He's second on the team with 13 walks. He went hitless last night. Newport 6-0 win over Keene, but picked up 2 walks. 0 for 3 with a strikeout in that contest. The pitch, taken high for ball 1. He's also second with 12 runs scored, .391 on base percentage. He's now one of 3 Gulls who appeared in 19 games. The only goal that will have appeared in all 20 is Kevin Caranto. Pitch, taken high and away, ball 2. Derek Legg. That's from the right side here. The shadows creep their way towards home plate on a beautiful afternoon for baseball. What a great day this has been in Newport. The pitch just inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Legg. Of course, Newport's last home game scheduled to be played against Laconia. Washed away. Heavy, severe thunderstorm rolled through here about an hour before game time. It's a 6:30 first pitch on Monday. 3-0. Inside, ball 4. He worked them on 4 pitches. So the Gulls have their leadoff man on. And that thunderstorm on Monday flooded Cardines Field. Frequent lightning, high winds, including one wind gust that knocked down our left field camera position. Newport Gulls had just invested about $1,200 in a brand new 3-chip camera. And we head up to the third baseline. And that camera, which was only about 3 weeks old, was knocked down by those wind gusts and destroyed. Here's Dan Gamache, the pitch. Up and away, ball 1. So the Gulls front office reeling from that loss. So we, of course, do have a backup camera. We have all 4 of our cameras online and working here tonight. And they'll be ordering another one to replace the one that was destroyed soon. The 1-0 pitch is low and away, ball 2. But Mother Nature wreaking havoc with our broadcast and with the Gulls schedule. That means Newport now has to play 2 doubleheaders in July. Of course, they had a game in Danbury that was suspended by rain. That one will be finished here in Newport on July 16th as the pitch is in there for a strike on Gamache. First strike from Vargas. It's 2-1. So it'll be a 3 o'clock start time July 16th for game 1 and the regular game at 6:35. Now that game that was rained out on Monday will be made up on July 28th, the Wednesday night. A 3 o'clock start time and a 6:35 start time for game 2. All those games will be 7-inning contests. 2-1 the count on Gamache as Vargas checks runner at first. Legg back standing. He is 1 for 1 in stolen bases this season. The pitch. Swung on, hitting the hit on the left field line. Jason Banos will be chasing it, and it lands. Looks like it landed fair, but the umpire will signal it landed foul. Oh, that looked like it could have been a fair ball. If it was foul by inches. Watching the replay, oh, it did land foul. Just a couple inches foul down that line, right into Newport's bullpen. So, could have been extra bases for Gamache. Instead, it's a long strike, and the count will even at 2-2. Crowd is really filling in here at Cardines Field. About 1,600 strong right now. Runner at first and no one out. Vargas from the stretch. The southpaws. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit to the right side. Could be 2. Fielded by Cool. Flips the second. Out there on at first. Double play. 4-6-3. As Gamache grounds into the twin killing. And here's Kenny DeKroger. Kenny batted .480 last week with 6 RBI. And as a result was named the NECBL Offensive Player of the Week. DeKroger batting .391. He leads the NECBL in average. He's 25 for 64, homer 9 RBI. The pitch is a little bit low inside for ball 1. 5 doubles, 25 hits, is 4th in the league, 2nd in the Gulls. 409 on base percentage. Slugging .516. The pitch is swung on and hit in the air to deep right field. Going back Avery, looking up at the wall, and this one's going to bounce higher off the wall. Trying for second is DeKroger. He will get there standing with the 2-out double. DeKroger rocking that one off the bat. Kenny, certainly one of the greatest contact hitters in the league. Gave that one a ride to right field. That's a home run in some ballparks. Here it's a wall ball double. That would have scored legs, so the double play ball hurting Newport early here in the first. But Bryce Nugent will try and forget that. And drive in DeCrogy here. It's a 0-0 ball game. We're just underway in the first. Nugent had his first game off of the season last night in Keene. Did not appear. He had started the Gulls' previous 18 games, either as a catcher or designated hitter. Nugent's hitting .329, no homers, 12 RBI. Bats on the left side against the lefty. The pitch, looper on the ground to the shortstop. Fielding Dent has it, double clutches, throws the first in time for the out that retires the side. The Gulls strand a runner on a hit here in the first after one full from Cardines Field. No score between the Gulls and the Navigators on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. A reminder, this Cup Ray telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience. It may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written permission of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the NECBL. First pitch of the second inning is foul tipped to the screen. Caroms off the curved fencing that protects the fans here for strike one to Anthony Melchionda. Anthony is batting .247, a homer, 10 RBI, 2 doubles, a triple. Pitch, curve is chopped foul, 0-2. And we welcome to the broadcast booth, James Smythe.
Thanks, Nick. Good to be here.
We run some of that same traffic that the Navigators ran to, as did our umpires, we're told. The 0-2, swung on and popped up. Playable first base side. Matt Blow calling for it. To the right of the first base bag, he makes the catch for out number one. And the umpires arrived just a few minutes before game time because they were caught in that traffic coming down from the Boston area. The Navigators missed batting practice, and you missed the first inning.
Yeah, everybody suffering from the same thing there. Navs had some trouble getting here on opening night as well.
So the trip to Newport has been harrowing for the Navigators so far this season. They'll come back here again in July. The pitch, man, with better luck. The breaking ball outside, ball one. The Ben Waltrip, rather, it's a strike. It's on the outside corner, strike one to Waltrip. He's hitting .233, no homers, 8 RBI. Pitch, fastball is inside, ball one.
Navs have struggled on the field here as well, losing all 3 games at Cardines Field last year, plus the opening night loss on June 4th, 2-1.
David Palm's the winner of that one. The pitch is swung on and smacked to right field. Going back is LG. He'll play this one off the wall on the carom. On at first is Waldrop. The wall ball single. It's the first hit, first base runner for the Navs. The flag is starting to blow more from right to left here at Cardines. We had a southwesterly wind at 15 to 20 miles per hour. It's died down considerably, but both balls have been hit to right field and carried well.
In the order, the catcher.
Here's Garrett Smith, the catcher, hitting .333, 5 for 15, a homer and 3 RBI. This is his 5th game of the season. The pitch. Fastball in the inside corner for strike one.
He started the last 4 games at short and then came out in relief yesterday and picked up the save against Laconia. He also had a 3-run homer yesterday.
What a versatile player. Ground ball hit to the right side and through for a base hit. Waldrop had to hold up to wait for the ball. He slides into second, but no throw there. Back-to-back singles here with one out. The Navigators are in business in the second.
Dexter Price cruised through the first inning, from what I've heard. And he's running into a little trouble here in the second. We'll see what Dario Pisano can do.
He retired the first 4 he faced. This is now his longest outing of the season. Dexter coming out of the bullpen for this game, as had his opponent's opposing starting pitcher, Brandon Vargas.
Pisano from Columbia University in Saugus, Massachusetts.
Dario Pisano, bat here. The pitch, fastball is low. Ball one to the designated hitter. Comes in at 170, no homers, 2 RBI. Second on the team with 6 walks. He has struck out 12 times. 2 runners on with 1 out. The pitch from Price. Swung on, popped up left side and out of play. Dexter, the Auburn University Tiger, had worked 3 2/3 innings, allowing 6 runs, 4 unearned on 5 hits and 7 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Coming into this game this season, .278 batting average against. 3-0 for the Tigers. The spring, the pitch is swung on and hit in the air to left field. Going to his left, Brendan Kelleher. He's under it, and the runners will retreat as he makes the catch for out number 2.
Dexter's only start this year came on June 16th in Vermont. He lasted just 1 inning, giving up 3 runs, only 1 earned.
Shortstop, number 20, Cody
Pulled in the
Dent,
second after giving up a single
from
and
the
a walk to
University
begin that
of
inning.
Florida. He resides in Boynton Beach, Florida.
Newport 2-1 against North Shore so far this season. The loss coming on Sunday, the 27th, 7-6. Brandon Klein was roughed up in the second. Here's Cody Dent. First pitch fastball is taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Dent 0 for 3, making his second game he's appeared in this season.
He
There's one
debuted last
strikeout.
night.
Dent, the newest navigator. The 0-1. Inside low, ball 1.
Made his debut at second base last night. Now he moves to his natural position of shortstop. His father was a shortstop, Bucky Dent.
Cody stands in from the left side, a wide stance in the batter's box. The 1-1 pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Braxton Graven to follow, but there are 2 outs. So here in the second, no score. North Shore threatening with runners at first and second. Dexter Price, the righty, looks in for the sign, comes to the stretch. He deals. Outside, ball 2. His ERA at 9.81 right now. 0-1, 4 appearances. Again, this is his second start. 6'6", 220-pound imposing right-hander. 2-2 pitch. Curve is inside. Ball 3. Count worked full. First time he's going to ball 3 and a batter in this game. He's walked 7 in his previous 3 2/3 innings. Most of those in relief. The payoff pitch, the runners go, is fouled to the screen. They'll reset and do it again.
Full count, pretty big for the Navs. Ben Waldrop will have a running start at second base.
A base hit could play 2 runs here. Waldrop leads from second base. Smith from first. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Swung on and looped in the air to left field. But there is Brendan Kelleher to make the catch for the out and retires the side. The Navigators strand a pair. And after 1.5 from Cardines Field, 0-0 between the Gulls and the Navs here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Newport Gulls. They run a nice shop down there.
Last half of the second inning.
People are very
James
accommodating.
Smythe here on the
They
NECBL
will make
Broadcast
sure that
Network.
you are sized
Brandon
and
Boggess
fitted
out for a second
properly,
inning of work. He walked
and that you
1.
will leave a
Gave up a double in the first inning, but he got a key double play ball on the ground out to get out of that one.
And
As
speaking
they'll
of
face 5,
baseball,
6, and 7
why do
here in the
baseball
second.
players love to go to the park? Because they enjoy swings.
Here's Zach LG. LG hitting 300. No was 7 RBI, 6 doubles. LG's kept his average right around that 300 mark throughout the season. He's been quietly one of the offensive leaders for Newport. And the 6 extra base hits have come at key times in games. Pitch is swung on and foul tipped into the midst for strike 1. Vargas. It's a hit, 3 walks, a wild pitch, 8 strikeouts in his 6 previous appearances, all in relief this season as the 0-1. Fastball smacked to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. The second hit of the ball game for Newport. And they have their leadoff man on for the second inning in a row.
Brandon has been lights out for the Navs in the bullpen. Primarily the closer for North Shore. Pressed into starting duty after Jeff Tardif can't make his start today.
He's from Siena College.
Tardif had been 1-1 in the ERA of 5.79 in 2 starts.
And
He was a late scratch. There's also
Massachusetts.
another late scratch. Geffert was supposed to be batting 4th, but he was scratched from the lineup literally moments before the game. The designated hitter Kevin Caranto will bat here with the runner at first. The pitch and set a check on the runner. And Zach Elchi, who is yet to attempt to steal this season's back standing.
Geffert had been day-to-day with a hamstring injury. He was back in the lineup for the first time after missing 3 games yesterday.
From the set, the pitch from Vargas is inside for ball 1. The catcher, Garrett Smith, tried to frame it. For the University of Oklahoma Sooners this spring, Vargas was 0-0, 3.97 ERA, and 12 relief appearances. The pitch swung on, popped up to the left side, foul. Carry him right back onto the field as Caranto ducks out of the way. So foul ball hit the light towel and came right back at him. 1-1 the count on Kevin. Now the only goal to have appeared in all 20 games this season. Vargas a look in to the lefty. From the stretch, the 1-1 pitch. Curve is up and in for ball 2. 7 runs, 5 earned, 6 walks, 13 strikeouts, and 11 1/3 innings this spring for the Sooners. Opponents hit 289 off of him. But here in NECBL play, coming into this one at least, they're hitting just 0-43. Pitch outside. 3-1 to his count for Caranto. So Vargas has already tripled the amount of hits he's given up on this season from 1 to 3. The double in the first inning, a single in the second here for Newport. The runner at first, nobody out, 3-1 pitch. Popped up to the left field. In comes Banos, and out goes the shortstop, Cody Dent, to make the catch in the outfield grass for out number 1.
It's a big out for Brandon. Gave up the leadoff single, fell behind the dangerous Caranto, who's 5th in the league in hitting, and ended up inducing the harmless pop-up.
There's Connor Harrell. Harrell batting 7th tonight at 269, a homer, 6 RBI.
He's from Vanderbilt University.
It was Harrell that broke the 0-0 tie last night in Keene and gave Newport a 2-0 lead with a 2-run home run to center field, his first of the season. The pitch is swung on, and this one's hit in the air, but not very deep. Popped up to the shortstop on the outfield grass. Once again, Dent makes the catch for out number 2.
Got an out-of-town score for you. Lowell and Sanford scoreless in the top of the 3rd at Goodall Park. Big game for the Navs and the Gulls. Both teams chasing the first-place Mainers. In fact, if the Navs win and the Mainers lose, North Shore will move into first place in the NECBL's Eastern Division.
For the first time this season. Seems like the Mainers been chased by the rest of the division for much of the month of June. So they began the season on a roll. Here's Matt Blow, takes the first pitch inside, ball 1.
Hard to believe that after tomorrow we'll be halfway through the season, Nick.
Month of June gone. Gulls general manager Chuck Paver is always fond of saying June is spring training and July is the season. That's when things really heat up. The 1-0. Foul to the screen, a 1-1 count now, and Blow comes in at 324. And like Zach Elgey, he's been a quiet offensive leader for Newport. No homers, 4 RBI, double and triple. He's getting the base hits when they need them the most. One of platoon of first basemen available for Newport this season. Well, the bench is short right now. The pitch, so check with the runner at first, and LG's back standing. Just David Bentront, Cal Johnson, and Chris Forston, the other catcher, available on the bench right now. That's an outfielder, a shortstop, and the catcher. 1-1 is popped up. Could be playable on the first base side. It'll be the pitcher off the mound, Brandon Vargas, to make the catch on the foul line on the first base side. For the out there, retires the side. So after the leadoff single, Vargas induces 3 pop-ups. And that will do it for Newport offensively. They've stranded a runner. They've left 2. And after 2 complete from Cardines Field, it's the Newport Gulls nothing and the North Shore Navigators nothing here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. 9-1-2 due for North Shore. Second place in the NECBL East are the Navigators. 1 game ahead of the Newport Gulls. There's a half a game out of the first place Sanford Mainers, who are in action tonight versus Low. First pitch is swung on and hit in the air to left field. That'll drop down for a base hit. And Braxton Graven, first pitch swinging, becomes the third base runner for the Navigators.
Brax had the day off yesterday against Laconia. Back in the lineup, and he gets a hit in his first at-bat going the other way.
The left fielder.
So we cycle around to the top of the
Number
order.
3,
Jason Banos, who bounced to
Jason
third his last time.
Banos.
Banos hitting .315, no homers, 5 RBI. Has 5 walks in the season. Bats on the left side here against the righty Price. The pitch. Fastball is taken on the inside corner for strike 1. And Price only made 1 start this season so far for Newport. Didn't fare so well, but did have 5 starts for Auburn University this spring. The pitch, a ground ball hit to the right side by the diving second baseman into right field. Grounding second, heading for third is Graven. The throw bounces away, and he'll stop there. Advancing to second on the throw, in fact, is Jason Banos.
Great base running by Braxton Graven there. He sees the ball get by into center field, and he turned on the burners a couple steps before second base, and he cruised in. The throw
Number 5,
over to third allows
Tyler
Jason to
Kuehl.
move to second base.
So 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. It's the first 2 have reached off of Price here. That ball was targeted right for the field umpire, Michael Gillis, who had to hop out of the way of it. That may have caused Derek Legg to miss it. The pitch. Curve breaks in the dirt for ball 1 to Tyler. Grounded to short his last time. He leads the team in average at .328, 10 RBI. Tying run at the go-ahead run at third. More at second. The pitch. Ground ball chopped high over the mound, bounding into the infield. Double clutch into Kroger. Fires the first in time. A run scores. And the Navigators take a 1-0 lead on an RBI ground out, 6-3.
Tyler picks up the RBI on the ground out.
The right
He's
fielder,
got 11 on the year.
Number 16, Matt Avery.
It's good enough to lead the team. Here's Matt Avery. As North Shore climbs to a 1-0 lead here in the third. They still have a runner at third base. As Craven came around to score. Pitch outside, ball 1. Avery bounced the second his last time.
He's working on an 11-game hit streak, Nick. He's 18 for his last 50 during the streak, including tonight's 1 at-bat.
Average up to .325. Second on the team as he swings and misses at the fastball. Can't catch up to the heat from Price. It's 1-1. Has a home run, 8 RBI, 3 doubles, 2 triples. But 15 strikeouts, so it does fan often. 1-1. Swung on and hit in the air to shallow center. This could get the run home. Harrell under it, makes the catch. Here's the throw to the plate, and faking the tag at third base was Banos. That ball was not hit deep enough. He'll head back to third. It's just a fly out from Matt Avery.
Good strong throw by Harrell.
The third
Keeps
baseman,
Banos the second run
number 10,
at third base.
Anthony
Now, you can tell with 1 out and run on third, that's what Avery was going for. The sacrifice fly, just couldn't get it deep enough. There's Anthony Melchianda, who skies the ball way up over the home plate area, but it hits off the netting above the screen. Foul ball for strike 1. He popped the first his last time. The cleanup hitter is hitting just .247, has 10 RBI. Pair of doubles, a home run, a triple. This takes next pitch, ball 1. Melchianda, one of 3 Navigators in the starting lineup. Now played in 19 games as the pitch is swung on and hit in the air down the right field line. Zach Elgie coming on to his right, and on the edge of the foul line, he'll make the catch. For the out, there retires the side. However, the Navigators get 1 on the RBI ground out by Tyler Kuehl, and after 2.5 from Cardines Field. North Shore 1 and Newport nothing on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
If you don't show that stuff, you might think you're paying a quarterly tax installment.
The Newport Gulls fall behind early, 1-0 advantage for the North Shore Navigators. We go to the last of the third. And run scored by North Shore ended a 14-inning consecutive scoreless streak for the Newport Gulls pitching going back the last 3 games.
Massachusetts.
It's Brendan Kelleher, his first pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Kelleher in the 9-hole tonight, sitting .284, a homer, leads the team with 13 RBIs, also leads with 7 doubles. The 0-1 is low for ball 1. His 7 doubles, second best in the NECBL. 13 ribbies is 4th best. Has 12 walks, along with 12 runs scored. Pitch, changeup, floats in there for a strike. It's 1-2.
Kelleher picking up where he left off in the spring. Made the second team All-Atlantic 10 conference with the George Washington Colonials.
The pitch. Fastball misses inside and high for ball 2. Top of the order up next for Newport. So face Brandon Bogus for the second time through. Well, 6 Gulls batters did face him in North Shore back on June 13th. None of them recorded a hit. The 2-2 curve is swung on and missed. Strike 3, dropped by the catcher. Smith will pick it up, throw to first in time. Well, the strikeout, 2-3, and it's the inning's first out. We cycle to the top of the order, and Derek Legg, who walked, was erasing a double play in the first. Legg at 264 with no homers, 12 RBI. At number 12 is second on the team, 5th best in the NECBL. Tied for 5th with several players, including his teammate Bryce Nugent. Legg is 14th walk of the season his last time. Takes a curve in the inside corner for a strike. Slow breaking curve from Bogus. Comes in about 68 to 70 miles an hour. Gets a lot off of his breaking ball. The 0-1. Fastball, ground ball, chopped third base side, but just foul. Bounding past the bag. Legging down the count, 0-2. Newport scored 6 runs on 8 hits last night against Keene in their 6-0 shutout win. First shutout of the season. They were efficient. All the runs coming on homers at Alumni Field, which is a notoriously short fence. The pitch skips in there. Ball 1.
Particularly to right field, Nick. Braxton Graven hit a home run when we were up there last week.
Much like Laconia.
I don't know if anything's like Laconia.
A short porch here in right field at Cardines too, but the fences are 28 feet high. This one's swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. It'll drop in for a base hit. Jason Banos cuts it off and will hold Legg to a single. And the Legg is starting to swing a hot bat again after he cooled off through mid-June.
Derek's 20th hit for the Gulls, and he ups his average to 274.
Number 10.
The real-time averages here from James Smythe. 1 on and 1 out for Dan Gamache. He was the offensive hero. Gave Newport all the insurance he would need in last night's game in Keene. Hit his 2nd home run of the season. It was a grand slam in the 7th inning. Scored himself, Legg, Chris Forston, and Kyle Johnson. They both have the night off. Johnson actually has a tender hand for that game. The pitch, a ground ball bounced towards the middle. Second baseman Fields flipped the second out there on the first. Not in time. Gamache almost got into his 2nd double play of the ball game, but his speed saved that one. It's a fielder's choice, 4-6.
A pretty turn there. Nice pickup by Tyler Keel.
The shortstop.
And a good relay over to Cody Dent, but Gamache just a little too fast. And he beats out the inning-ending double play. And that'll give Kenny DeKroger a chance.
2 outs, 1 on. DeKroger doubled his last time, and his average continues to climb. Now 26 for 65. The pitch. Ground ball hit to the left side. The shortstop Fields throws the easy way to second for the force that retires to side. Goes stranded runner. They've left 3, 1 in each inning. And after 3 innings of baseball here at Cardines Field, it's the North Shore Navigators 1, the Newport Gulls nothing. As we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network. To the 4th inning we go here at Cardines Field. Nick Lima here in the ACBL Broadcast Network. Newport Gulls trail the North Shore Navigators 1-0. And here to take you with the play-by-play story for the next 3 innings, the voice of the North Shore Navigators, James Smythe.
Thank you, Nick. Dexter Price out for his 4th inning of work. He'll face Waldrop, Smith, and Pisano, 5, 6, and 7 for North Shore. Waldrop, big left-handed hitter, will lead things off. He singled in the 2nd his first time up, but was stranded at second base. First pitch from the righty Price is a ball outside, 1-0. Ben came into the game hitting .233, no home runs, 8 batted in. The 1-0. Hit in the air, foul. That's fair. Hit the line, and Waldrop is going to take second, and now they say it's a ground rule double. That one just stayed fair.
Let's see, it looked like it may have been touched by someone in the bullpen.
Maybe they thought it was foul, too.
Yeah, it was. Seth Simmons, Gulls closer, was sitting on the bench right in front of where that ball landed, in fact, and picked it up down there. So it'll be a ground rule double.
Oh, Ben.
I think it would have been a double either way.
He goes into second with his second hit of the game, halfway to the cycle. And here comes Garrett Smith, 1 for 1 with a single today. Waldrop at second, nobody out. 1-0 Navs lead top of the fourth. First pitch is a strike at the letters, 0-1. Dexter Price gave up a run last inning on a Tyler Keel ground out. He'll try to keep the Navs at bay in the top of the fourth. Dexter's out of the stretch. Here comes a pitch. That one skips into the lefty hitter's batter's box for a ball. 1-1.
Looks like the Gulls bullpen is doing competition juggling down there.
Yeah, they are. Waldrop leads off second. Here's the 1-1. Smith swings and hits that one foul. Well off to the right side. Price now ahead 1-2. North Shore winners of 11 of their last 13. They've been the hottest team in the NECBL. They've won 4 straight, including a win against these Gulls up at Frazier Field on Sunday night, a 7-6 thriller. Here's a 1-2 from Price. Breaking ball dribbled in front of the mound. Price has it, throws in time, just barely to get Smith. The putout goes 1-3. Waldrop had to hold it second on the play.
And it looks like LG had him on the tag at first base. And if you're watching the T-Line video feed, you can see the Gulls bullpen relievers all juggling out there.
Well, you got to pass the time when you're a relief pitcher, waiting around through those early innings. Jeff Waldron having a word with base umpire Michael Gillis. He disagrees with the out call. And now Brian Troop, the home plate umpire, convening with Gillis. And they're going to talk things over.
And it is an out.
Jeff Waldron pretty persuasive. We've had a changed call up at Frazier Field earlier this season.
Designated hitter.
Very rarely do you see a call overturned or changed,
Dario
particularly at this level.
Well, Jeff must be pretty charming then. Here comes Dario Pisano, 0 for 1 with a fly out. He takes a strike right down Broadway, 0-1. Dario, the DH tonight. He was also the DH in last night's win over Laconia. Price deals. That one misses inside and low. Count now even. North Shore's second visit to Cardines Field, hoping for a different result than the opening night loss here, 2-1. 1-1. Popped up to the left side. Gamache gives it a look, and it's out of play. Not much foul ground at all, particularly on the left side of the field. A little bit more beyond first base.
And no matter where you look, including behind home plate, the least amount of foul territory in the NECBL.
You have a runner at third base and a wild pitch, he might not even be able to score. It's so close. Here's a pitch to Pisano. He grounds that one foul. Just about 20 feet down the line. He scoops it up and we'll toss it to the home plate umpire. Count 1-2. It'll be Dario Pisano with Cody Dent to follow. Price trying to put away Pisano. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball grounded to second. Leg has it. He throws over to first in time for out number 2. Moving to third is Ben Waldrop. So Cody Dent came up with first and second and 2 out in the second inning, and he ended the frame with a fly out to left. He bats with 2 down in the fourth, and the Navs' second run at third base. Ben Waldrop just 90 feet away. Cody still looking for his first hit with the Navs. He's 0 for 4. And he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Cody out of the University of Florida. They had a good run in the NCAA tournament. And he lines that one down the left field line, foul. Quickly 0-2. Dexter Price has not struck out a batter. He'll try to put Cody away here, but he'll take any old out he can. Pitcher's mound in the sunshine. Home plate in shadows. Price out of the stretch. And the pitch. Misses outside and high, count 1-2.
The juggling continues on the third baseline, the shared bullpens.
1-2 to Dent. Check swing, it's a call. Strike 3. Dexter Price gives up the leadoff ground rule double to Waldrop, but works out of trouble. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 3 1/2, it's 1-0 Navigators. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Cardines Field. James Smythe along with Nick Lima. Thanks for joining us on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Brandon Vargas, the Navs closer, forced into starting duty today. He's pitched 3 scoreless. He's out for inning number 4. Here's cleanup hitter Bryce Nugent. And there's a big swing and a miss on a fastball, 0-1. Vargas has allowed 3 hits and walked 1 and struck out a batter. Brandon winds and deals. That one skips in the dirt. Count 1-1. Nugent grounded a short to end the first inning in his only plate appearance today. And he swings at that one, grounds it up the middle, fielded, and off the glove of Tyler Keel and into center field.
That'll be an error. Charge Tyler.
Tyler Keel, the usually slick fielding second baseman, makes an error.
That's just his 3rd of the season.
Now batting.
Newport has their leadoff man on for the 3rd time.
Right fielder Zach
They
LG.
have not scored a run despite having the leadoff man reach in 2 of the first 3 frames. Here's Zach LG. Breaking ball breaks in there for a strike. 0-1. Zach singled his first time up, but was stranded at first.
The Stowe scoreless at Goodall Park in Sanford. Lowell and the Mainers. 0-0.
A little bit of scoreboard watching as Vargas deals. That one swung on and popped way foul beyond home plate.
And the NECBL West, the Danbury Westerners lead the Keene Swamp Bats 2-0. They go to the top of the 5th there at
Better
Rogers
call
Park
Newport
in
West.
Danbury, Connecticut.
Vargas looking in for the sign on an 0-2. Out of the stretch, he deals. Hit on the ground, sharply foul down the third base line.
And the top of the 3rd now at Paul Walsh Field in New Bedford. In interdivision play, the Bay Sox and the Holyoke Blue Sox are knotted at 2.
Laconia, Bristol, North Adams, and Vermont have the night off. Here's another 0-2 from Vargas. Popped up. That's going to get out of play behind the plate.
Some good work. I was trying to figure out which 4 teams it was. I can only name 2 of
Better
them.
call. Newport West.
Only 1 team in this division with the day off. That's Laconia, who the Navs beat yesterday, 4-2. Vargas deals. Swing and a miss. Actually foul tipped into the glove of Smith. It's a strikeout either way. Second punch out for Vargas. There's 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Navs in front. Time for this date in baseball history. On this date, June 30th, 1962, Sandy Koufax strikes out the side on 9 pitches in the first inning and winds up no-hitting the Mets for the first no-hitter of his brilliant career. Here comes Kevin Caranto.
His first of several, wasn't it?
He had 4. Vargas out of the stretch. And the pitch. There's a strike down the middle, 0-1. Koufax pitched no-hitters 4 consecutive seasons from 62 to 65, the last of which a perfect game against the Chicago Cubs.
Nice way to cap the 4 no-hitters.
Vargas deals. That one misses outside. Nicks off the glove of catcher Garrett Smith for a ball. 1-1 the count on Caranto.
Perfect games have been a hot topic in the world of baseball this season.
A statistical oddity, Nick.
There's been 2 plus the Galarraga game,
The
right?
Galarraga perfect game that wasn't. And Vargas now will deal 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Vargas blew the fastball by him. Caranto behind in the count. And I mentioned on the air the other day that Galarraga is more famous for his non-perfect game, like an Ernie Shore or a Harvey Haddix, than people like Dallas Braden or Mike Witt, Len Barker, who have tossed perfect games. The 1-2 to Caranto. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice block by Smith. Count now even at 2-2.
The Irish fans very audible down the third base line, but other than that, the crowd very quiet tonight, despite the grandstands being mostly full.
Yeah, it does look like a pretty full house, Nick.
At least,
Maybe not as crowded as opening night.
yeah, probably about 2,000 or so tonight.
2-2. Swung on, popped up into foul ground on the left side, and making the backhand catch in foul ground is Anthony Melchionda. A nifty little play for Anthony. 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. So the leadoff man Nugent reached on an E4 by Tyler Keel. Vargas has since recovered by striking out LG and getting Caranto on the pop-up. He still needs 1 more out to get out of the 4th inning. And here comes Connor Harrell, who popped to Cody Dent at short his first time up. Navs in front 1-0.
Center fielder, number 19, Connor Harrell.
Harrell takes a ball just off the outside corner, 1-0. Connor 7 for 27 with the Gulls. This is 7th game. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Count even at 1-1.
And he's very quickly becoming an everyday player with the Gulls bench so short right now.
Particularly in the outfield. The pitch. Just misses inside. Count goes to 2-1. Looking ahead to the top of the 5th, Graven, Banos, and Keel will bat for the Navigators. We'll see if Dexter Price will pitch a 5th inning. But first, the 2-1 to Connor Harrell. He lines that one, fielded on a hop by Keel. He goes over to second to get the force out. 4-6. So Brandon Vargas lets the leadoff man reach, but strands him there. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. At the end of 4 innings of play at Cardines Field, it's 1-0 Navigators. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Cardines Field, a little NECBL Broadcast Network bonus coverage of the Sanford and Lowell game in the inning break. But we're back here with Newport and North Shore, top of the 5th. Braxton Graven will lead off against Newport starter Dexter Price. And the first pitch is cut on and missed by Graven on a half-hearted swing, 0-1. Brax singled to lead off the 3rd. He came around to score on a Tyler Keel ground out, the only run of the game. There's a ball on the inside to Graven, 1-1. There's a swing and a little looper into right center. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Braxton Graven takes a wide turn before turning back to first base. It's his 2nd single in as many at-bats today. And the leadoff man is on for North Shore for the third consecutive inning.
6 hits now for the Navigators.
The left fielder,
6-1 North Shore, 0-3-0 for Newport. Jason Banos will bat as the Navs will come up for the third time today. Graven on and running on the pitch. That one's popped up in the infield. Graven have to come back, and he's going to get doubled off, and it's a double play. Pop-up was caught by DeKroger at short, and Graven doubled off 6-3, and just like that, Price now with 2 outs, and a base running error by Graven. He was running on the pitch, and Banos popped it up, but Graven's got to be aware where the ball is. Here's Keel. Swings the first pitch and grounds it to short. DeKroger has it, throws over to Blow at first, in time for out number 3. So the double play, a big play here in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and because of the double play, none left on base. At the end of 4.5, we're halfway through at Cardines Field, 1-0 North Shore over Newport. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network. To the bottom of the 5th we go in Newport, the city by the sea. Navs lead the Gulls 1-0. Brandon Vargas and Dexter Price having themselves a pitcher's duel. Vargas, the Navs closer, pressed into the start today. He's been pretty solid through the first 4 frames. 3-hit shutout ball for 4 innings. He'll face Matt Blow to lead things off. And first pitch from Brandon is a ball outside, 1-0. 52 pitches for Vargas, 32 strikes, a good ratio. And working quickly, he deals a strike at the knees, count even at 1-1. Blow popped out to Vargas to end the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Vargas deals. Hit on the ground to second. Keel fields cleanly, throws over to first for out number 1. So 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 5th. Navs lead the Gulls 1-0. And here comes the Newport number 9 hitter, Brendan Kelleher.
number 6.
He struck out swinging his first time up. He'll try to get something going for the Gulls. Vargas winds and deals. Swinging at the first pitch is Kelleher, and it's sky to right. Drifting over is Avery. He's there and makes the catch in right center for out number 2. Brandon Vargas, used to pitching in only 1 or 2 inning stints. He's come up big here with 4 2/3 scoreless. And Jeff Waldron, you figure he's got to be thrilled if he can get Vargas through 5 innings. And here comes Derek Legg as the Gulls' top of the order will now come around. Legg has reached both times against Vargas. He walked in the first, but was then erased on a double play. He later singled in the third. First pitch, inside, fastball to Derek Legg, 1-0. Legg trying to get on for Dan Gamache. Vargas out of the windup. Here comes the 1-0. That one misses outside and high, 2-0. Legg at second base today. He started at short on Sunday against the Navs. And the 2-0 misses outside, so Vargas in danger of walking Legg for the second time. That first inning walk was the only free pass issued by Vargas so far. We'll see what's cooking on the 3-0 pitch. Get me over fastball, called for a strike as Legg was taking all the way. Vargas back in the at-bat, count 3-1.
Gulls have been patient at the plate this season. 86 walks, is second in the league. 14 behind Bristol, who has 100.
3-1 is grounded to third. Melchionda has it near the bag. He throws across in plenty of time to get leg, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Brandon Vargas. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base at the end of 5 innings of play at Cardines Field. North Shore Navigators 1, Newport Gulls nothing. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Cardines Field. James Smythe along with Nick Lima. Thanks for joining us on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It's the top of the 6th. North Shore Navigators lead the Newport Gulls 1-0. Dexter Price has allowed 1 run in 5 innings. He's given up 6 hits, walked none, and struck out 1. He's pitching pretty well for Mike Coombs and the Gulls. However, he's on the short end of a 1-0 ball game as he's currently being outdueled by Navs closer Brandon Vargas, who has tossed 5 shutout innings. It will be the heart of the Navigators order: Matt Avery, Anthony Melchionda, and Ben Waldrop in the top of the 6th, as they'll look for some insurance here at Cardines Field. Navs at 11-8, winners of 11 of their last 13. They are currently a half game out, tied in the loss column with the Sanford Mainers, who trail Lowell 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th at Goodall Park. So a Navigators win and a Mainers loss would put North Shore in first place in the Eastern Division. We'll keep you posted on that game and the other 2 out-of-town games throughout the ball game here. Avery steps in against Price, and he swings the first pitch and grounds it to first. Picked up by Blow. He'll take it to the bag himself, and he beats Avery to the bag, out number 1. They're in the bottom of the 6th in Danbury. Westerners lead Keene 3-0, and Holyoke and New Bedford, Blue Sox and Bay Sox, tied at 2 in the top of the 4th. Here's Anthony Melchionda, 0 for 2. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Anthony has hit in his last 6 games. He takes a curveball low and away. 2-0 the count. Here's a pitch from Price. Hit on the ground and through into right field, right in between leg and Blow. Down the right side, so a 1-out single for Anthony Melchionda. He's now hit in 7 straight games for the Navs. And there's a man on and 1 down for Ben Waldrop. He singled in the 2nd, and he hit a ground rule double in the 4th. Ben with 2 of the Navs' 7 hits. He'll try to move Melchionda along. Swings the first pitch and fouls it into the screen on the left side. 0-1. Navs in front 1-0, top of the 6th. Melchionda at first, 1 down. Ben Waldrop at the plate behind in the count, 0-1 to Newport righty Dexter Price. Who deals from the stretch, and Waldrop grounds that one foul down the first base line over around the Newport dugout. Both dugouts on the first base side. Newport closer to the plate. North Shore a little farther down the line. Making the best of some tight space here at Cardines Field. The 0-2. Breaking ball line to first. Caught by Gamache. He throws over. In time, another runner doubled off first base for the 2nd consecutive inning. Waldrop hit a screamer down to Dan Gamache, who made the catch and doubled off Melchionda from first base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on base for the Navigators. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-0 North Shore. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back. James Smythe with Nick Lima. On the NECBL Broadcast Network, this game moves to the bottom of the 6th. We have a pitching change. Jeff Waldron calls to the bullpen, and it's right-hander Dan Duvall coming into pitch. Dan, a record of 0-1 and an ERA of 3.31. In 16 and a third innings, he has given up 8 runs, 6 earned. On 18 hits, he's walked 8 and struck out 11. Dan last pitched last night in the win against Laconia. He pitched a scoreless 7th inning, working his way around a leadoff walk, as the Navs won their 11th of 13 last night.
Leading off the home half of the 6th.
Dan Gamache will lead things off. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Newport. Gamache, DeKroger, and Nugent. Duvall deals. There's a ball low, 1-0. Duvall pitched on Sunday against the Gulls at Frazier Field. Did not record an out, as all 4 batters he faced reached. 1-0, catches the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Gamache hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the first inning and almost did the same in the third. He barely beat the relay from Cody Dent. So Dan 0 for 2. And Doovie deals. There's a ball inside. Count now 2-1. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error for North Shore. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Newport Gulls. Duvall deals. That one line past the leap of Melchionda and into left field. It's a leadoff single for Dan Gamache. And the Gulls must be happy to see Brandon Vargas out of the game. And Gamache starts off the 6th inning with a single. Brandon Vargas, his final line, 5 shutout innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts.
That's Dan Gamache's 3rd hit in his last 6 at-bats.
Here comes Kenny DeKroger, the NECBL's leading hitter. And he swings the first pitch and hits it to deep left, but coming into a couple steps is Jason Banos. He reels it in for out number 1. Kenny with 26 hits on the season. That's tied for 3rd with teammate Bryce Nugent on the league leaderboard. Matt Avery of the Navigators right behind them with 25 hits. And here comes the aforementioned Bryce Nugent. He's 0 for 2. He grounded to short and reached on an error by the second baseman Tyler Peel. Gamache, the runner at first. 1 down, bottom of the 6th. North Shore leads 1-0. Dan Duvall in his first inning of relief. He deals a fastball high and outside to Nugent. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Gamache, the tying run aboard at first base. And Duvall checks on him. And the pickoff attempt unsuccessful. Dan, successful in his only steal attempt this season. We'll see what he's up to at first base. Nugent, the Gulls cleanup hitter. Awaiting a 1-0 delivery from Dan Duvall. That ball high on a pitch out. 2-0 the count now on Nugent. Gulls backstop out of Marist. Was stellar for the Red Foxes at the plate and behind the plate. There's a swing, a line drive in right field. Avery there, he makes the catch, shielding his eyes from the sun, and retreating to first base is Dan Gamache. So Duvall gives up a leadoff single, but retires the next 2. So 2 outs. Gamache at first, bottom of the 6th. North Shore in front 1-0. Here comes Zach LG. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout.
21, Zach
LG in his 14th game with the Gulls. He stands in. He's 13 for 42. That's a 3-0. That's a 310 clip. He swings and pops it up in the infield. Keel calling off Waldrop. He makes the catch between first and second for out number 3. So Duvall shakes off the leadoff single. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base at the end of 6 It's 1-0 Navigators. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Ladies and gentlemen.
California.
A quick moving game at Cardines Field moves to the top of the 7th. North Shore in front of the Gulls, 1-0. Eric Eatington, the southpaw, now on to relieve Dexter Price, and here to take you the rest of the way with the play-by-play is the voice of the Newport Gulls, Nick Lima.
Thank you very much,
North Shore
James
Navigators.
Smythe, as Eric Eatington will make his second appearance
Number
of the
26,
season out of the bullpen for
Garrett
Newport since joined the team
Smith.
over the weekend. Eatington was a replacement for Kevin Kilpatrick, at least out of the Cape Cod League. The pitch is inside ball 1 to Garrett Smith, who played for Katuitt in the Cape League. Eatington, 2 innings of work this season, a hit, a walk, a wild pitch, a strikeout. No runs allowed. Pitch is swung on and skied in the outfield. Coming in the center fielder, there is Harold to make the catch for out number 1.
Close the book on Dexter Price. The right-hander had a very solid performance here. 6 innings of 1-run ball, 7 hits, no walks, and a strikeout, but he would be the tough luck loser if this score holds.
Is Dario Pisano, who's 0 for 2, flying to left, ground to second. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. The Gulls have not been shut out yet this season. Here through 6 innings, 6 1/3 innings, they've been shut out. The pitch, curve is swung on and hit in the edge of the right field side. It'll be a base hit for Pisano past the diving second baseman Legg. Looked like Legg may be able to get a glove on that, but it was just out of his reach as he dove to his left. 1-out single is the 8th hit of the ball game for the Navigators. The first of the reliever, Eatington.
Good effort from Derek there, but he couldn't come up with the hard hit ball from Dario. 1-out single. Nav's looking for some insurance.
Now Cody Dent to bat. He's 0 for 2, flying to left and struck out looking. A lone strikeout victim of Price. Was effective through 6. The pitch found to the screen. It was his longest outing of the season. The 1 run was earned in the 3rd inning. The Gulls offense, despite 4 hits, has been unable to muster anything thus far against North Shore. They have 9 outs left to work with. Game has moved on remarkably quickly. The 0-1, the runner goes. They may have him picked off. Throw down to second in time. 1-3-6 on the pickoff. And Pisano is caught stealing.
So some base running errors for North Shore the last 3 innings. Graven doubled off first on a pop-up in the 5th. Melchianda doubled off first on a line out in the 6th, and now Pisano picked off.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air to left field. That will drop down for a base hit. It's cut off by Brennan Kelleher out there.
Cody Dent picks up his first hit with the Navigators, and this is 6th at bat. And now the pickoff by Eatington looming large.
Number 24
is Braxton Graven. He's 2 for 2, pair of singles. Graven, second on the team with 10 runs scored. He's appeared in 19 of the Navs' 20 games this season. The pitch, fastball in the inside corner for strike 1.
Braxton scored the only run of this ball game back in the 3rd inning on an RBI ground out from Tyler Keel.
From the stretch, Eatington's pitch, the runner goes, taken inside, the throw down to second, not in time. Stolen base for Cody Dent.
Cody Dent's first time on base with the Navs. Made his debut last night. He wastes no time moving into scoring position. Picks up steal number 1.
So Dent taking the risk and trying to steal a base from Bryce Nugent, the Gulls catcher, who's thrown out 3 runners this season. Runner in scoring position here with 2 down for Graven. The pitch was a ball. 1-1 the count. Here it comes. Inside and backs him off the plate. Ball 2.
Graven bending out of the way of that fastball from Eatington. Ivy League man out of Harvard.
From the stretch, Eatington checks the runner at second and deals a 2-1 pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. Newport took the opening day victory over the Navigators 2-1 here at Cardines Field on June 4th. Newport won the next meeting between these two clubs on June 13th at North Shore 3-1. But fell 7-6 on Sunday in North Shore. But 3-1. Strike called on the outside corner. It's 3-2.
We've got 2 more meetings between these two clubs after this. Monday, July 12th, they'll be back here at Cardines Field, and then they wrap up the regular season against each other on Sunday the 31st up in Lynn.
The payoff pitch is popped up down the left field line, foul and out of play. Have an official attendance report, 2,039, 2039. Tonight's official attendance.
Newport Glass.
The 1-0 lead. We're here in the 7th. The Navigators looking for more against Newport. A runner at second and 2 down. 3-2 the count from the stretch. The reliever Eatington. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. The inning is over. Let's pick up Newport Gulls public address announcer Dono Hanley. 7th inning stretch time here at Cardines Field.
7th inning stretch. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the ground. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back going. Root for the Gulls team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game.
7th inning stretch time at Cardines Field. North Shore 1, Newport nothing. We'll be back in a moment on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. Last of the 7th inning, a 1-0 lead for North Shore over Newport. Kevin Caranto, Connor Harrell, Matt Blow at the face. Dan Duvall here in the 7th. Pitch, foul to the screen for strike 1. Caranto's 0 for 2. He's flied to short, fouled to third. From the stretch, Duvall works, he fires, up and away, ball 1.
They're in the top of the 8th at Goodall Park in Sanford. Lowell leads the Mainers 2-0. As Les Williams has been outdueling Kyle Helisek. A Mainers loss and a Navs win would put North Shore in first place in the Eastern Division.
From the stretch, Dan's 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is taken high, ball 2. Caranto bringing second team an average at 349. That's 5th in the ACBL. Homers, 7 RBI. 16 walks is second in the league. A 2-1. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Going back is Graven, now to his right. He's there and makes a basket catch for out number 1.
Duvall gave up a single to the first man he faced last inning, but has bounced back to retire the next 4. So here's Connor Harrell.
Connor Harrell's 0 for 2. He flied to short. Bounced into a fielder's choice. Newport on the official league calendar has 3 off days coming up, heading into a July 4th weekend. They'll play their annual Independence Day game here on Sunday. It's a 6:35 start time. We'll have the pregame show at 6:05 against the New Bedford Bay Sox. And the first pitch to Connor Harrell is fouled back for strike 1.
Mike Coombs was telling me on Sunday that you guys are going to have an exhibition game.
That game scheduled for Friday. Newport an off day tomorrow. Duvall comes to the stretch and deals. Up and away, ball 1.
Mike also said the team will be going to Cooperstown. That's always a great trip. If you've never been to the Baseball Hall of Fame, do yourself a favor and get there. It's a great museum.
A 1-1 pitch. Swung on a line drive, base hit in the left field. That's going to go all the way down the line. Could be extra bases for Connor Harrell. He'll round first, headed to second. The ball goes down towards the bullpen. He will try for third or now backtail. Head back to the bag at second with a 1-out double. Connor Harrell with his second double of the season. Puts the tying run in scoring position for Matt Blow here in the 7th.
That ball absolutely smoked. No way for the third baseman Melchianda to get that one. And Jason Banos a little bit of trouble getting it down the left field corner. But he made a strong relay, and Harrell had to hold it second.
Number 23.
Matt Blow 0 for 2. He popped out to the pitcher and bounced to second. Blow has driven in 4 runs. He's hitting .324. The pitch. Outside ball 1. Newport, an off day tomorrow, will leave bright and early Friday morning, have lunch in Oneonta, New York, and play the Outlaws of the New York Collegiate Baseball League, the NYCBL. On Friday night, the pitch is swung on and hit in the air to center. Back goes Graven. He's under it to make the catch. Tagging from second, trying for third, is Harrell. He will slide in safely. Risky move there for Harrell. That ball was hit fairly deep, but not to the deepest part of the ballpark by far. Lowe retired on the fly out to center. And now Newport has the tying run at third for Brendan Kelleher.
Kelleher hitting .276 after the strikeout and fly out today.
Brendan Kelleher.
Heady base running from Harrell. Figures he can beat the throw from Graven, and now, even though there's 2 outs, he is at third base, so he can score on a wild pitch or a base hit.
So Kelleher at the plate. Homer, 13 RBIs, 4th in the NECBL. 7 doubles is second. The pitch, taken to the inside corner, called strike. A base hit here would tie the ball game. Toronto, or rather Kelleher, at the plate. He was off last night in Keene. The pitch, taking high, ball 1. It's his first full game off of the season. Bryce Nugent also enjoyed the night off last night. Newport 6-0 victory. Newport has won 3 of their last 4. Only lost come to the North Shore, the 1-1. Breaking ball misses for ball 2. Top of the order up next, Derek Legg, who's been on base twice. As the Gulls try to get to North Shore's bullpen here in the 7th. Dan Duval looks in for the sign from the stretch. He deals a 2-1 pitch, foul to the screen, and the count even at 2-2.
Dan Duval trying to shake off the double by Harrell. He needs just 1 more strike to get the Navs safely through the 7th inning.
From third base leads Connor Harrell. 1-0 North Shore lead. 2 outs in the 7th. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. A great breaking ball from Dan Duval. Kelleher chased it high in the zone. The Gulls strand the tying run at third. They've left 6. And after 7 complete from Cardines Field, it's still the Navigators 1 and the Gulls 0 as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
That has just come to us from the Social Register. Happy birthday to Fran Lombardi.
Welcome back here at Cardines Field. Nick Lima, joined by James Smythe here on the network of the NECBL. It'll be at the top of the order for the Navigators to face Eric Eatington, Newport's reliever here in the 8th. Pitch a scoreless 7th, allowing a pair of singles. Jason Banos is 1 for 3. He bounced to third, singled, and popped up into a 6-3 double play. We're still under blue skies here at Cardines. The pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. This has been one of the fastest moving games of the season for Newport.
For the Navs, too.
The pitch, not even to the 2-out mark. It's fouled to the screen. 0-2 the count on Banos.
Still 25 minutes shy of 2 hours.
The 0-2. Fastball low and away, ball 1. It's about 8:10 here on the East Coast. Sun hasn't even set yet. From the stretch, the 1-2 from Eatington. His ground ball chopped foul.
And that one was headed for Tyler Keel, who was taking his on-deck swings. He ducked out of the way of that.
Keel to bat next is driven in the only run of the game, despite being 0 for 3. The pitch comes high and tight for ball 2. Banos at .315, no homers, 5 RBI. It's been a cool evening here in Newport. about 68 degrees. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, chop foul, first base side, though. Just about everyone out there in their short sleeves. It was about 79 for a high temperature today along the coast here in Rhode Island. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to left field. That will drop in for a base hit. Played on an awkward hop by Brennan Kelleher. It's a leadoff single for Banos.
Jason, in his 5-game hitting streak, is 9 for his last 22. 409 average. Jason swinging a hot bat, working his way into Jeff Waldron's lineup more consistently now.
The second baseman.
Still 2-0 low over Sanford. They go to the last of the 8th there. As the Mariners do have a runner on, tying run at the plate. Joey Wendell batting. There are 2 out. Check with the runner at first. Banos back standing. The pitch to the plate is low and away, ball 1.
And Wendell, a dangerous hitter for the Mainers. He and Jim Schultz are tied for the league in hits with 28, just ahead of Bryce Nugent and Kenny DeKroger of the Newport Gulls.
From the stretch, the 1-0, bunted, foul. Hit high off the netting above the screen. Count even at 1-1.
Keel got a little too far under that as he tries to get the Navs insurance run into scoring position with just 1 out.
The ACBL co-pitchers of the week were named earlier today. Steven Rivera of the North Adams Steelcats and Max Canapano of the Holyoke Blue Sox. Both Western Division pitchers. Of course, Tucker Nathans of Danbury and Kenny DeKroger of the Newport Gulls were the offensive co-players of the week. Another check on Banos at first. 1-1 to count, the pitch to the plate. Swung on, foul to the screen. Late defensive swing that time from Tyler, and the count 1-2.
Tyler, 3 ground outs to Kenny DeKroger at short. One of them brought in a run, and that's how we got to the 1-0 score here.
The pitch. Swung on and popped up, back in, out of play. Well, the last time the Newport Gulls were shut out at home is opening night on June 4th, 2009. Shut out 1-0 by the Manchester Silkworms, who of course are now the Laconia Muskrats. Franchise moving to New Hampshire, staying in the Eastern Division despite it being past Keene. I know the Swamp Band's not too happy about that one, though. There's talk about realigning the divisions for next season. The changes with Pittsfield and Manchester has happened too late in the offseason. 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. There's a second strikeout in relief for Eric Eadington. Innings first out for Matt Avery, as he'll go to work against the heart of the order. Avery's 0 for 3. He bounces second, fly to center, and grounded out 3 unassisted.
The right fielder.
This might be Matt's last chance to extend his 11-game hitting streak. That dates back to June 16th in Lowell.
From the stretch, Eadington's pitch. Foul tipped around the plate area. Eric hails from Harvard University, Corona del Mar, California. 6'2", 215-pound left-handed pitcher, though he bats righty, as does Mike Francisco, the other reliever to join the team late. He's a junior at Harvard. Former teammate of former Newport Gull Matt Vance. Of course, Matt's brother Kevin played for the Vermont Mountaineers for a couple of seasons in this league, as Harvard usually will send a few players around the NCBL. Pitch. Ground ball, broken bat to the second baseman. He has it, looks at second, throws to first. The only out he can get, 4-3, as Banos is already sliding to second on the hit and run.
Eadington had to get out of the way of that broken bat. Shattered down near the handle. The large chunk of the bat skittered toward the mound. Eadington able to get out of the way. Last time the Navigators won here at Cardines Field, June 20th, 2008. a 7-1 win.
North Shore swept Newport that season, back when these two teams were in different divisions. The pitch is a low ball 1.
Both scores 7-1 in 2008. Gulls beat the Navs all 6 times last season, including the 3 games here at Cardines Field.
Newport has not been shut out yet this season. The pitch is taken high and away, ball 2. Last time they were shut out at all was also in the 2009 season, when they fell 5-0 in Holyoke to the Blue Sox. And the last shutout at home was on June 4th of that year. The pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right. Backpedaling the second baseman, he can't get there. Rounding third is Benos, and the throw to the plate is not in time. He scores, and the Navigators lead 2-0. It's an RBI single for Anthony Melchianda, his second hit of the ball game. A little bit of insurance tacked on here by the Navigators.
Anthony drives in a big run. Now, when the ball came off the bat, Connor Harrell slipped a bit in center, but I don't think he was going to get to that ball anyway. Melchianda knocks in Benos. So Jason comes in to score his 8th run of the season. Melchianda's 11th RBI.
Pitch is swung on and ripped down the right field line, hooking, foul. Hits off the wall of the warehouse that dominates foul territory in right field. Waldrop turned on a fastball from Eatington, roped it down the right field line. He is 2 for 3. A crime roll double in the 4th, single in the 2nd, line into a double play. He's hit the ball very hard tonight. Waldrop played for North Shore in 2009, hit .252, a homer, 15 RBIs. Struck out 31 times, but fanned 13 times so far this season. Runner at first, 2 outs, the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Weak wave at a breaking ball off speed from Eatington.
Waldrop a couple hits. The only time he was retired was on a very hard hit ball, the 3rd. Dan Gamache made the catch and doubled off the runner at first.
The 0-2, the runner goes. They'll may have him picked off, throw down to second in time. Court stealing is Anthony Melchianda to end the threat, but the Navigators add 1 to their total, and after 7.5 from Cardines Field, it's North Shore 2 and Newport nothing. Back in a moment on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field, the last of the 8th inning. Newport 6 outs to go to avoid what would be their first shutout at home since opening day 2009. The Gulls earned their first defensive shutout of the season last night, a 6-0 win over Keene. But been held scoreless through 7 full here tonight. Here in the 8th, they'll be top of the order due up, as Derek Legg, Dan Gamache, and Kane Kroger will face Bryant Walthier.
Well, Nick, Bryant, no record, an ERA of 1.64, making his 8th appearance out of the North Shore bullpen.
Derek Legg's 1 for 2, the single. The pitch is swung on and hit in the air to left field. Back goes Benos, and he'll line it up to make the catch for the inning's first out. 1 pitch, 1 out, very quickly in the 8th.
Bryant, 11 innings, 2 runs on 7 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 15, a mainstay of Jeff Waldron's bullpen. He last pitched on Monday up in Sanford. Gave up just his 2nd run of the year in 2 innings of work.
It's Dan Gamache. First pitch is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but foul. As one of the photographers down there has to run out of the way. Karam's off the wall in front of the bullpen. Gamache 1 for 3. Bounced into a 4-6-3 double play, into a fielder's choice and single. 3 for his last 6. Doing the grand slam last night in Keene. Pitch up and away, ball 1.
The Navigators leading here 2-0. If this score holds and Sanford loses, they'll take over first place in the Eastern Division.
Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-2.
Sanford has come back to tie the game against the Lowell All-Americans in the bottom of the 8th at Goodall Park. They have the go-ahead run in scoring position.
A 1-2 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Newport stranded 6 in this one. They've had 5 hits, including a couple of hard hit doubles. No goal batter has multiple hits in the game. Pitch. Ground ball chopped back towards the mound. Fielded by Gauthier, and will toss to the first baseman for the inning's second out.
Garrett Pritchard is now playing left field for North Shore. He's from the University
We have another
of
defensive
Oklahoma and
change.
resides in Sand Spring, Oklahoma.
Jarrett Pritchard is playing in left
Batter
for
for
North
Newport
Shore.
is the shortstop, number 12, Kenny DeKroger.
Here's Kane to Kroger, who's 1 for 3, double back in the first. A pitch. Curveball is swung on and popped up first base side. There is Waldrop. He'll reach up and make the catch in foul territory for the out that retires the side. A 1-2-3 inning. We go to the ninth. North Shore leads Newport 2-0 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Top of the ninth, Cardines Field. New pitcher on the mound for the Newport Gulls. Their third of the evening as Eric Eatington's evening is done. Went 2 innings, 1 earned run, striking out 2 on 4 hits. New pitcher is Mike Francisco. Francisco, no record, 4 2/3 innings of work. Allowed 1 earned run on 2 hits, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts, making his 6th relief appearance of the season. Has a save. Opponents hitting 143 against him, an ERA of 1.93. Francisco hails from Newton Square, Pennsylvania, Villanova University, where he is a junior. Drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies this season. Just a couple weeks back in the 45th round. Opted to continue his collegiate career. Therefore, he is here in Newport. Ben Waldrop was at the plate, the count 0-2 when Anthony Melchianda was caught stealing to end the 8th. So he'll bat again here in the 9th. From the left side, Waldrop will face the lefty Francisco. 2-0 Navigator lead. Still under blue sky here. The pitch swung on a miss, strike 1, though the sun has faded below our view behind the grandstand. Now illuminating the clouds here. Some pretty colors of purple and orange. Mostly clear skies tonight, cool and a light breeze. The 0-1 swung on and miss. Couldn't catch up to the fastball. It's 0-2.
Sizzling fastball from Francisco there, who is 6th on the Villanova Wildcats all-time saves leaderboard with 11.
It's a beautiful evening here tonight. No humidity at all. The 0-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. One out quickly here for Francisco. Retires Ben Waldrop on 3 pitches.
Francisco showing he's got the heater and a nice hook as well.
Now Garrett Smith, who's 1 for 3, singled back in the second.
The catcher,
Smith, the
Garrett
only righty
Smith.
out of the next.
Fastball's in there for a strike. 0-1 on Smith. 11 hits in this one for North Shore. They've out-hit the Gulls 11-5. They've stranded 5 on base. Pitch is low. Ball 1. Newport's played perfect defense. They've had a couple of key double play balls turned. Well, the Navigators got their run home on an RBI ground out way back in the 3rd. Approaching the 2-hour mark now. The pitch. Fouled down the right field line and out of play. The count is 1-2 on Smith, the catcher. Came into the game at 333, 5 for 15. Now 6 for 18, so still 333. 1-2. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. In comes Connor Harrell, now backpedaling a couple steps to make the catch for the inning's second out. 2 up for the Gulls in the 9th. It'll be the middle of the order. Bryce Nugent, Zach Elgie, and Kevin Caranto. Barring any pinch hitters, will be up to them. Stave off the first shutout here at Cardines Field against the Gulls since June 4th,
The
2009.
designated hitter, number 29, Dario.
Dario Pisano's
Pisano.
1 for 3. He was caught stealing in the 7th after he singled. The pitch is low and outside, ball 1.
Brian Gauthier most likely will come out for the 9th to face Nugent, LG, and Caranto.
From the stretch, a 1-0. Swung on and popped up. Play ball on the infield. Matt Blow calls for it and makes the catch on the infield grass for the elderly Tigers side. We go to the last of the ninth. Newport Gulls trail 2-0 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. So for just the second time at home this season, Newport Gulls going to the 9th inning, trailing a ball game at Cardines Field. Newport 6-2 at home. They only lost a rain-shortened 5-inning game against Lowell. North Shore trying to even the season series as Brian Gauthier comes out here for the 9th. Bryce Nugent, Zach LG, Kevin Caranto to face him. Newport 3 off days coming up, though the team will play an exhibition game on Friday against the Oneida Outlaws of the New York Collegiate Baseball League. That's a 7 o'clock game. We'll have lunch in New York, play the game that night. The next day you visit Cooperstown in the Baseball Hall of Fame for boarding the buses in the early afternoon to get back to Newport. Time for some Saturday night fun. And then they get right back on their tough schedule to play 7 straight games, the longest stretch of the season, including 3 at home, 4 on the road, and 3 against the NECBL West. First 2 will be at home on the 4th and the 5th against New Bedford and Sanford. First pitch in there for a strike to Bryce Nugent, who is 0 for 3. He bounces short, reached in an error, and fly to right.
Navs in the middle of their longest stretch of the season. This is the 5th of 9 games, and the Navs have won the first 4.
Navigators are an impressive little winning streak right now. So they're climbing their way up the Eastern Division standings. The 0-1. Swung on and looped down the left field line, foul. And Nugent in the hole, 0-2. In the top of the 9th right now, Lowell 2, Sanford 2.
Terrific.
So Maynard came back to play a pair of runs in the 8th off the All-American bullpen. The pitch, foul tipped off the catcher's equipment. Nugent just does stay alive. Count remains 0-2.
Garrett
Right.
Smith checking his hand. Looked like maybe his throwing hand got hit on that foul tip.
Bryce came in batting .329, second on the team with 12 RBI. Had a day of rest yesterday, but that day has seemingly cooled off his bat somewhat. He had a string of multi-hit games prior to that. 0-2 the count. The pitch from Gauthier. Swung on and missed, he struck him out. That's the first out here in the bottom of the 9th.
First strikeout for Bryant.
Newport trying to stay above 500. They've been, like much of the Eastern Division, they've been toying with that 500 mark through much of the month of June. In the middle of the pack in the NECBL East. Well short 11-8, vying to improve to 12-8. Here's Zach LG, the pitch. It's in there for a strike. LG 1 for 3. Single, struck out, popped a short. He'll be followed by Kevin Caranto, the DH. Couple thousand fans here at Cardines Field, still here, and we're now at the 2-hour mark. The 0-1. Breaking ball, grounded up the middle over the mound. Shortstop field behind the second base bag, throws to first. It is low, but in time. Good pick by Ben Waldrop for the inning's second out.
A
Good
great
play all around.
Great play by Cody Dent going all the way up the middle to get that ball. That was ticketed for center field. And then the throw a bit low, a great pick by Ben Waldrop for the second out. And the Navs are 1 out away from taking their 12th win in their last 14 games and moving into a first place tie with the Sanford Mainers.
Kevin Caranto, last hope for Newport. Here's the pitch. Taken inside corner, a called strike. Oh, what a late strike call by Brian Troop, the home plate umpire. And that was low and inside. 0-1 the count on Caranto, the pitch. On the outside corner for a called second strike. Oh, that was the outside part of the outside corner. Kevin must have said something to Troop.
Kevin not pleased with either one of those calls.
The 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Should Toronto reach, Connor Harrell waits on deck.
He would be the tying run. Gulls just looking for a base runner.
Trying to stave off the shutout. 1-2 the count here in the ninth. 2 outs, the pitch. Ground ball hit to second. Up with it, and it gets by the second baseman Tyler. It gets into right field for, it'll be an E4. The Gulls inning is extended here. It looked like a routine grounder, Tyler Cale, but the ball went by him. It'll be an error charged to him, and the Gulls have a little more life here in the ninth.
Tyler's second error of the game. He had 2 errors coming into the game for the whole season.
So now can Newport capitalize? With 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning, they trail 2-zip. Connor Harrell is 1 for 3, doubled in his last at-bat. A big 2-run homer last night. The pitch. Fastball taken on the inside corner for strike 1 from Bryant Gauthier. That home run gave Newport the lead last night in Keene. Of course, a similar showing here would tie this one. Matt Blow waits on deck should he reach. The 0-1 pitch. Taken low, ball 1.
Gauthier needs to recover here. The Navs all anticipating the final out on that ground ball to Keel. Even Tyler might have come up and tried to throw without coming up with the baseball first.
Carano, short lead at first base from the stretch Gauthier. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Harrell, a homer, 6 RBI, and a double on the season. He's slugging .423. His average right about .270. From the stretch, the 2-1 delivery to the plate. Swung on and hit in the air to left field, a pop-up. Pritchard coming in, rather the third baseman, Melchionda, will make the catch, and this one's over. The Gulls, strand 7, do not score, and the Newport Gulls fall here, the final score. North Shore 2 and Newport nothing. Gulls shut out at home for the first time since June 4th, 2009, and shut out for the first time at home this season. The North Shore Navigators, for the moment, moving to a tie for first. The Sanford Mainers and the NECBL East still waiting on the results of that tied game, which is still underway in Sanford against Lowell. Newport Gulls fall back to 500 at 10-10, and the North Shore Navigators will improve to 12-8. So again, the final here at Cardines Field, the Navigators 2 and the Gulls nothing. Don't go away for the full post-game report coming up next of stats, standings, highlights, player of the game interviews, and much more. That's all on the way in the post-game report on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here now at Cardines Field with the totals in this one for the visiting North Shore Navigators. 2 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on base for the Gulls. No runs on 5 hits, no errors. They stranded 7. The win goes to Brandon Vargas. He improves to 1-0 in his first start of the season. The loss to Dexter Price, he falls to 0-2. Price went 6 innings, allowed just 1 earned run, 7 hits, 1 strikeout. He was outstanding in his first true start here as a Newport Gull, his actual second start of the season, but is a tough luck loser as Vargas goes 5 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and improves to 1-0. The save goes to Bryant Gauthier. It is his first of the season. No home runs hit in this game. It took 2 hours and 3 minutes to play. Was watched by a crowd of 2,039 here at Cardines Field.
Well, the Navigators move up to 12-8. They've taken 12 of 14. They're the hottest team in the NECBL. After this, they will try to build on their 5-game winning streak. Tomorrow night, July 1st, at home against Danbury. They're only meeting at Frazier Field between the two clubs this season. First pitch of that game, like all games at Frazier Field, at 6:15. The game will also be carried on LinCam TV. And then they will host the New Bedford Bay Sox on Friday. Then they'll have a 2-game road trip at Lowell Saturday, and they'll wrap things up on Sunday, July 4th at Laconia, and then a well-deserved day off on Monday the 5th.
All right, James Bite, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully there's no traffic on the ride back. We'll meet again on July 12th, right back here at Cardines.
Yep, and then we'll be wrapping up the regular season up in Lynn on July 31st. So the two teams split their first 4 games, and if the final 2 games of the season series are as good as the first 4, we'll have a couple of great games in July. So thanks
James.
again, Nick. See you around.
See you next time.
Thanks for joining me.
So these two teams have played 4 tight games this season. 3 of them now decided, or rather, all 4 decided by 2 runs or less, as they improve now just 2-2 on the season against each other with 2 games remaining in the season series. They'll play against each other again here at Cardines Field on Monday, July 12th. Wrap up the season series at home on the road for Newport, a home game for North Shore, and Lynn, Massachusetts at Fraser Field on July 31st. Next Newport Gulls game broadcast. Well, there'll be no broadcast of the game in the NYCBL, the exhibition game, on Friday, so you have to keep your eyes peeled to the Newport Gulls website, newportgulls.com, for any updates on that game. We return on the NCBL Broadcast Network on July 4th, Independence Day, the traditional and annual Newport Gulls 4th of July game. This time it's against the New Bedford Bay Sox. That game will be on the air, the pregame show at 6:05. First pitch at 6:35. Tony Bucciaferro, the probable starter for Newport, against the starter to be determined for the Bay Sox. Next following home game is the next day, Monday, July 5th, when Gulls host the current Eastern Division leading Sanford Mainers, also 6:35 start time. Newport then goes on a 2-game road trip. Don't go away, folks. We'll have out-of-town scores. And, of course, our player of the game interview. That's all coming up next as the post-game report continues on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Back here now on Cardines Field, a look around the NECBL at out-of-town scores. Only one other final to report for you. The Danbury Westerners blanked the Keene Swat-Bats 8-0, as Keene now has dropped 2 straight. At a Western Division game, Danbury 8, Keene 0, the final in Rogers Park in Danbury, Connecticut. They go to the last of the 7th in New Bedford. The Bay Sox trying to hold off the Blue Sox in interdivision play. It's New Bedford leading Holyoke 3-2, bottom of the 7th inning. And, of course, the game that right now North Shore fans are certainly looking on very closely at, because that'll determine whether or not those 2 teams will be tied for first place in the NECBL Eastern Division. The Sanford Mainers and the Lowell All-Americans still tied at 2. They now go to the top of the 10th inning, tied at 2 in Sanford, Maine. One more time, your final here at Cardines Field. The North Shore Navigators 2 and the Newport Gulls 0. Newport shut out for the first time at home since June 4th, 2009, and the first time they were shut out also since June of 2009 at all. First shutout of the season, as the Newport Gulls fall to 10-10, and for the moment, however, will retain sole possession of 3rd place in the NECBL Eastern Division. Don't go away, folks. We'll be down on the field as our post-game report continues next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. Our Newport Gulls post-game report continues. Now joined by Newport Gulls player of the game, Dexter Price. Dexter still got the arm wrapped in the ice. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Not too bad, but the Newport Gulls, a tough loss tonight, as you were outstanding, though, on the mound through 6 innings, just 1 earned run.
I appreciate it. It's, we were swinging the bats well, just, ended up going right to people.
Of course, this was your longest outing of the season. That 1 run scoring on a ground out, they didn't really tag you that much for hard hit balls either. They kind of just were lucky to get that 1 home.
Yes, sir. I was talking with Coach, tried to keep the ball down, and seemed to be getting a couple ground balls. They got a hit there, here and there, and seemed to pay off for them.
It always seems that when there's a game like this, when it's 1-0 or 2-0, that the offense, despite how hot they've been, suddenly can't get the runs across when they count the most.
They're trying. They're out there doing their best. They're hitting the ball real well. It's just, ended up going right to people. So, I'm behind them. They're doing a great job, and, they'll keep it up.
So that's just baseball. You win 1, lose 1. Of course, the Gulls had won 3 of the last 4 coming into this game tonight, and now have 3 off days. One of which, of course, they'll be playing an exhibition in New York before a long stretch of 7 straight games.
Oh, yeah, we're looking forward for the little off time, and looking forward to going up there to Cooperstown. Should be fun. We'll be ready to get back and go on the road again.
Have you been out there to Cooperstown before?
No, sir. This will be the first time.
So how are you enjoying your stay overall so far here in Newport?
Oh, it's awesome. I love the town, the community, the people are great out here.
All right, Dexter Price, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a well-pitched game here tonight. Next time you get to win.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Dexter Price for joining us for our Newport Gulls postgame report as our player of the game. We'll be back to wrap things up next here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back one final time at Cardines Field in Newport. The Newport Gulls fall here tonight 2-0, a shutout at home for the first time since June 4th, 2009, as Newport falls to 10-10, back at 500, but remain in third place in the NECBL Eastern Division. Let's pause for a moment and thank those who made this broadcast possible. The executive producer of Newport Gulls Baseball and our director tonight, Tom Lima. Our on-site engineer and associate producer, Joel Laughlin. Our audio technician and left field camera person, Jacob Voot. Our statistician, Josh Leibowitz. And for James Smythe, I'm Nick Lima here at Cardines Field. Newport falls here tonight, 2-0 the final score. The Gulls, an off day tomorrow, go on the road to face the Oneida Outlaws of the New York Collegiate Baseball League. That's on Friday. A travel day Saturday, and they come back to action here in the regular season on Sunday. Independence Day Baseball, the annual tradition of July 4th games at home here at Cardines Field continues. Newport to face the New Bedford Bay Sox. Tony Bucciferro will have the start for Newport. We'll be on the pregame show at 6:05. First pitch at 6:35. We hope you'll join us then. Again, one final time, Newport falls here tonight to the North Shore Navigators 2-0. And until the next broadcast, so long, everybody.